A Halloween movie without Michael Myers, that's like doing a mint salad saw Halloween without Tony from Hack the Movies, which is why I have Tony from Hack the Movies to review this movie with me. I'm Mint Salad and I saw Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. It is written and directed by Tommy Lee Wallace. And if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. Oh yeah, by the way, he did the miniseries for it and also this movie. Just so you know. And also, just so you know, he is from 20 minutes from here, which is pretty cool. Anyway, on with the review. Tony, what'd you think of this movie? Riveting. I like your commentary. I'm gonna take over now, Tony. This movie starts with following a guy. He's being chased by these dudes in suits. And these dudes in suits look exactly the same as each other. This guy is being followed and then is eventually followed to the hospital, and then he gets killed by that dude in the suit. And it's like, what is going on here? Where's Michael Myers? I think it was probably 20 minutes when I was like, oh, I don't think Michael Myers is coming. He's not coming at all. All right, well, I'm not going to review this based on, there's no Michael Myers, oh! I'm going to review it based on it being a movie on its own, and honestly, the plot is incredibly ridiculous. There's this company that makes these masks, they're shamrock masks, these Halloween masks, and they deliver them to children all over the world, and stores, and children buy the masks. All that fun jazz. What's interesting is that they're so popular, and we're also following this guy who has an ex-wife. He has to have scheduled visitations with the children, and he keeps missing those dates to hang out with the children. He's like, I'll be there Saturday. I'm sorry I can't hang out today. And then on Saturday, he's like, I will go trick-or-treating with the children. I swear. And then on freaking Halloween, it's like he's not with them like at all. He's busy dealing with these masks. With some things happening, a bunch of deaths are occurring, and it's like, what's going on here? And you know, this guy's like, I gotta go look into the Shamrock guy, this head honcho man. I've heard his name mentioned a few times, and I don't know, some guy who's rich, super big rich, how could he be part of these weird murders? And this is where the movie goes from what is going on to this is straight up insane. I guess when I saw the guy set himself on fire at the beginning of the movie, I was like, this is awesome, right? But then it kind of diverges from that path to something completely bonkers. Those dudes in suits turn out to be robots. And also, there's the ultimate plan of having children wear the masks and look at this particular programming at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and to have them just look and stare at what's happening. And you know what happens if this happens and they gotta look at the pumpkin on the screen? Their head turns into a bunch of snakes and bugs. Wow, that's crazy. Why would anybody want to do that? Oh, because it's a sacrifice to a pagan god? What is going on? Okay. The last several minutes of this movie get pretty bonkers. Oh man, I have skipped over all the weird bonkerness in this movie. Not to mention the violence in this is just so casual and oh so quick. Like, the guy who gets hit with the car, he just goes, he just does that. And then there's also another person who his head gets decapitated and it just spins so easily, like spinning a lid off of a jar. There's no struggle at all. It's just, I've got the head now. And so the violence in this film is very comical to that level, and it's pretty funny. What did you think of the comedy in this film, very famous YouTuber Tony Prack the Movies? Ah, so it fit with your Italian sensibilities. Thank you for your valuable input. This dude was sending off major vibes, major red flag vibes, especially when he was talking to that guy. He was like, oh, I'm gonna fix her up with the best emergency medical equipment at the factory. I was like, that's not where medical equipment's at, dude. Something weird's happening there. It turns out it was all those freaking masks being made at the factory. They all have this chip. It has like this pin, right? And on the back of this pin has like this chip that if you tinker around with it, it'll explode in your face and cause a lot of damage. And that guy uses those chips and dumps them on all these guys, and it causes a bunch of exploding. And then they put a bunch of Stonehenges in those chips. Why? For what reason? All the pagan god? Oh my goodness. I didn't know the pagan god knew what Stonehenge was. Yeah, this movie goes bonkers, and it's not at all relating to Michael Myers. As a movie by itself, it starts off pretty awesome, and then it gets weird, and then I'm like, what is going on? And I like this movie because it's so weird. What's happening? Also, I hate how this movie ends. You got the guy who's doing the call, he's like, take this programming off the air, and he gets it off on 2 stations, and then the 3rd station still has it up, and then it has the pumpkin guy going. You know, you gotta look at the pumpkin with their mask on, you know, that programming. And then it just cuts off. Like, I wanted to see all of the little kids in the world's heads turn into snakes and into cockroaches and the worms. I would have loved to see that. The movie just kind of stops. I'm like, that's it? That's the end of the movie? Come on, man. Ah! But other than that, this is a really fun, wacky movie, and it was actually pretty engaging the entire time. And it's a nice reprieve from Michael Myers, but it's freaking Halloween series, so you just took away Michael Myers. That's fun. Anyway, I gotta give this movie, it's a solid 6.66 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one on the platform really likes that $20 Dino is at patreon.com/ASEPresents for 1 movie review from 1 month. Go to his link tree to support the daily grindiness of all them daily movie reviews, so you can go here. And until next time, in salad sauce, see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits. And I'm gonna go look for Michael Myers. Adios.